Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Project Ozone 3 Kappa mode. Oh yeah, guys. So I think we've done enough with embers. I think we're going to put that aside. We kind of knocked out all the quests in the last few episodes here. It is time to move on to something else. So I was looking at our quest book, and we still have some quests here in the alpha section that we have not completed. Now, we looked at the red heart canisters before, and we're not able to do these just yet. We need abyssal craft, anti-bone, which I think comes from anti-skeletons, which comes from skeletons that are put into antimatter, and anyway, all of that we can't do just yet. The carrots are another item that I would like to do, but this requires us to have ores. Like, we need the actual vanilla ores to grow these carrots on, and we don't have those yet. So that's something that we need to look at. And then also over here, I was looking at the growth crystal tier 1. If we look at this item, let's go and bookmark this, and let's unbookmark this ember stuff. Yeah, this needs shard of water, which requires us to have lordcraft. So we need to get into lordcraft in order to do this, in order to make our growth crystal. Now the lordcraft section, if we look down here, I was just looking at this a second ago, I think it's the moo section. Yeah, so to get into lordcraft, we need this one unlocked, which says we need to go to the Twilight Forest. And the Twilight Forest section is somewhere around here. I was just looking at it. Which one is it? This one. It's probably before. Yeah, it's the Lambda section right here, the glowy block. So yeah, here's a Twilight Forest. So in order for us to unlock Twilight Forest, we need to get a Glimmer Crystal because we need to drop that into the pool of water to unlock the Twilight Forest portal. So this is where we need to start off today, and that's going to allow us to use our exchange tablet and our beam cannon like we saw last time with a bunch of ash in order to get this thing. Now this says that requires 64 to 80 ash. Yeah, so that's a thing, isn't it? Where's my ember stuff? Over here. Yeah, so each one of these pedestals can only hold one stack of items. So how do you put 80 in there? Well, really what you need to do is have a second pedestal with a second aspectus on there, and then you have to like split it up either evenly or put 64 plus whatever the additional is in the other. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at today. So let's get back to the Glimmer Crystal. This says that we need Dawnstone Aspectus, so we can expect that we are going to need a second one of these. Now, the way we did this before is I took 64 to 80 while we were doing the other one. I did halfway and it's like, okay, then we'll tell if it's lesser or greater. That's not the way to do it. You put in the lesser amount first, you'll get the alchemical waste, and then it'll tell you if you're off by 10 or 20 or whatever, and then you can add that on your second one. You don't have to try and figure out if it's lower or higher, right? So yeah, we'll start off the very first one with 64, and then if we need to make another pedestal and another aspectus, we can do that. And another thing that I did do is I kept our alchemical waste from before when we were doing the archaic brick, and I have renamed it. So this is now says archaic brick 8 ash. That way, whenever we go to do this, I was like, oh yeah, how much was it again? And I don't have to like waste anything. I'll know right here. But yeah, here's our 64. We can go ahead and throw that in there. We saw last episode that wearing this ashen amulet, we can vein mine netherrack or pretty much any block, and it all turns to ash. So we don't have to use a cinder plinth, right? So that's really cool. Okay, so we have the Dawnstone Aspectus. We have 64 ash in here. We need to get the rest of this recipe set up in order to make this Glimmer Crystal. So that is going to be 2 ember shards, another quartz, and 2 gunpowder. Well, I think we have the ember shards over by the ember stuff. Or did I leave them over here? I guess I left them over here. So 2 ember shards, 2 gunpowder, and another quartz. Gunpowder, well, we got lots of gunpowder in here. Another quartz. I was actually, that is a lot, isn't it? I was thinking, like, we have a lot of stuff here on this top level. I keep, like, trying to sort it. Yeah, we're going to run out of space pretty soon. It might be worthwhile for me to start making some drawers and putting things like this crushed quartz in there, the gunpowder, things along those lines. Unless there's a gunpowder block that I can make, I'll have to look at that. I think I did before, and I don't think there was one, but that would be another way to solve that problem. But anyway, there's 2 gunpowder, 2 ember shards, another quartz, and we need to fill this beam cannon up. It has no ember in there, so we'll turn this thing on. And again, we just need to let this thing get to 400. I think that is the minimum. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure. Stop. Okay, yeah, there's 400 exactly. Yeah, all right, so let's just give this a go. Send that beam over there, and we will know if we need to make another pedestal, another aspectus, or we're just gonna get lucky, and 64 is the number. Yeah, so you can't really see what's going on right now. This is gonna take a while. It is slowly draining the ash out of the pedestal here. Yeah, so the more ash you put in there, the longer this process takes. In other mod packs, the JEI tooltip at the top will show you how much stuff is in this, but in this particular mod pack, it doesn't. Okay, so we are off by 15. So we need to make another pedestal. We do need to make another aspectus, and we need to put 15 additional in the other pedestal. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and work on that, and we'll be back, guys. All right, guys, so we should have everything ready to go here. I think I have 39 and 38, or is it 39 and 40? I can't remember. It's a stack plus 15, split 2 ways of ash in both of those. So let's go ahead and light it up. This should take not as long as it did before, since there's not quite 64 in each of those. And I think both of them go at the same time, or maybe it does one and then the other. I'm not sure if splitting it up evenly has any effect on this now that I think about it. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and let this go, and this should produce ourselves a glimmer crystal, which will allow us to go into the twilight. But while we're waiting on that, I was just cleaning out our mob farm over here, and I saw that we did have a patient bag. So a patient bag, if you open it, gives you a patient bag. Yeah. If you look at the uses on this thing, you can see that it gives you another star at a 0.01% chance. And it's a 99.99% chance you'll get a patient bag. So essentially, you will get another star out of this thing, but you're gonna have to open it for forever, and that is not really something that I want to do. Yeah. So I was looking, there is a bag opener from Loot Bags, and the bag opener, I think we can hook this up to try and keep opening up this one bag over and over and over again until it produces an item. Yeah. So this isn't that expensive. It's a chest, 2 silver ingots, and 6 lapis. So let's go ahead and get that thing going before we set off to look at going to the twilight here. So we need 6 lapis in total, 2 silver, and then we needed a chest of some description, and we don't have any chests. All right, so let's grab some wood. We will make ourselves 4 chests like we do, and there we go. So now we should be able to make ourselves the bag opener. Now the thing is, I don't remember if this requires power or not. What does this thing do? It does not require power. So I put that in there, it just does a thing. Not very exciting, is it? So I think we can hook this thing up so it will constantly refresh the patient bag back into the loot bag opener. I think we can actually do that with translocators, which I don't have any. We're gonna need 2 separate translocators. We're gonna need one to insert and one to extract, and we need to loop it into a chest and filter, which the translocator can do by itself. So I need to do 2 of these recipes. So let me craft that up real quick and we'll continue. All right, guys, so let's see if we can get this hooked up. So we're gonna take our bag opener, we're just gonna set it right here. And then we're gonna put a chest and we're gonna put it diagonally from it. That way we can access 2 different sides with our translocators. So one set of translocators is gonna be here, the other set is going to be right here. So I'm going to shift right or right click on there. Yeah, filter. And we're going to filter the patient bag. So when that goes into the output slot, this should extract it. And if it is a patient bag, it should end up right in there. Otherwise, it'll leave the nether star in here. I think that's how that's going to work. And this one, I guess we can just set up to just take whatever's in the chest, right? So if we do that, it should extract the patient bag, put it into our loot bag opener, and then it should recycle. But as we can see here, it's not doing that. So I'm not sure why that is. Let's try and figure this out real quick. Do I have to put a filter here? If I do that, nothing happens. If I put a filter here and do that, nothing happens. Now, I wonder, maybe this is set up so you can only put in through the top if you're inserting. I guess that's some things that we need to figure out here. So let's grab a hopper real quick. I was thinking that we should be able to insert from any side, but it might be sighted. So let's try putting a hopper on top and put the patient bag in there. Does that go in there? That goes in. Okay, and it ends up in the chest. So we can extract from the side, but it looks like we have to put in from the top. So our system here needs to be rearranged a little bit. Let's just break this. It'll be faster. Then we break this one. Okay, so we're going to put the chest right like this. So it'll be the same kind of a thing, just slightly different. So this, so we're going to be extracting from the chest into here. And then I need to put the translocator on the bottom of this chest, which is always fun to do. So hopefully the server won't kick me for flying, or I won't lose the block and fall into the void as we've seen, or as I've seen happen a few times here. So we're just going to remove this. I'm going to place this right here, place that one lower. Hopefully it is actually placed there. All right, so we'll do that. I'm going to get out of that hole because I don't trust these things anymore. Yeah, and then we are going to set the filter like so. No. Wait, I'm doing this wrong, right? We're inserting from the top here, so we're filtering this, and we are not filtering anything out of there, right? I think that's how that works. Okay, so if we are extracting this into here, well, maybe it's got to be filtered on both sides, or maybe the translocators just won't work on this thing. Oh boy. All right, so I guess we need to do this slightly different. Maybe if we put the translocators going into a hopper, and well, we know the hopper works, but the translocators don't work. So now we got to figure out something else. So I'm going to play around with this real quick, and we'll be right back, guys. Okay, well, that's annoying, but we got this hooked up and working now. So we have the translocator just extracting out, going into a hopper, which is going into another hopper, which is going into the side over here. For some reason, the translocators don't want to insert items into this particular thing. But yeah, that seems to be working just fine. Now, I tested this just a moment ago, so if we get the nether star that comes out of here, and that fills up the hopper, this is still going to work. It just won't be able to go back into the bag opener. So yeah, eventually we should get ourselves another star, and it should just be sitting right here. So hopefully that won't take too long, but at least we won't be doing it ourselves. And if we get ourselves another patient bag, I think it'll happen just a little bit faster too. But yeah, I mean, we've had our mob farm going for a little while now. We've only ever seen that one patient bag, so I'm not holding my breath on seeing another one anytime soon, at least until we make our mob farm much bigger. But we haven't had a need to make it bigger just yet, so I think we're probably going to hold off on that. But anyway, now that we have all of this stuff done, our glimmer crystal is going to allow us to open up a portal to the Twilight Forest. Where are we going to put a portal to the Twilight? Well, we already have our other portals over here, so I guess we can just set up a little thing to do that. Now, I don't know, well, I'm pretty sure that the Twilight Portal, even though we're using this other thing, still has to be set up the same way. So we need saplings or flowers like dandelions and poppies. Do we actually, I know we have other flowers in here. Oxeye, daisy, what else do we have? Yeah, you can use saplings and you can use mushrooms as well, but if you use saplings, they can grow into trees, and then that gets annoying too. I think that's enough. I think you only need 14, right? Or that's not enough, is it? Do you need 14? No, I can't remember how many you need. It's been a minute. We'll grab that guy too. All right, well, anyway, let's go put some dirt over here. We just need a 2x2 area. Yeah, we'll just stick it right here. All right. Yeah, so we need a 2x2 area with flowers on it. And no, okay, yeah, we had enough with just the oxeye daisies. Okay, I was thinking it was more for some reason. We need one more bucket of water there so we can make an infinite source, and then all we gotta do is drop that glimmer crystal in there, and then that should spawn lightning, which will yeah, open up the portal to the Twilight. Is there anything else that we need lightning for? Maybe that'd be a good case for us to do that, to use lightning for something else. Well, I'm not really sure if we need anything at this moment that uses lightning. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and just drop that in there. Okay, so we got set on fire a little bit. Our armor's taking some more damage, and we have ourselves a portal to the Twilight. Okay, my pick is... I just tried putting that in number 1 slot, and like, maybe I hit Q. I thought I pressed number 1. Yeah, so we should be pretty much good to go here to go to the Twilight at this point. We can put this stuff away, we don't need it. So we have our tools, we have no bucket of water. Do we have enough quartz for me to like upgrade our sword? Not a whole lot. I don't think you can use this quartz in order to upgrade this. And I've seen before if you use the Certus quartz on there, like you don't end up getting the correct amount of damage increase. Like if you're using the nether quartz, so I don't really want to do that. You know what? I think we're fine. I think at this point we're fine. I would like to grab more water, but I'm pretty sure we'll be able to find that in the Twilight. Let's just go ahead and go and see what happens. Okay, so here we are in the Twilight, just kind of looking around real quick to see if there's anything. I'm noticing that my mini-map is not updating for some reason. I do see a bunch of monsters around, but I don't know why the map... That's weird. I can see stuff here. So we have water nearby. First thing that I want to do, though, as we do, is to mark this location. We want to call this exit. Cool. All right, so yeah, we have a waypoint here. We know where the exit is. I want to head in the direction of the water. Whoop, that's the wrong button. Of the water over here and fill my water bucket. And while we're heading out, we can also see if there's anything else around. So I see some Endermen. Yeah, let's just go, I guess, southeast this way. So we do have access to pumpkins. We have access to a lot of flowers. And we should be able to dig down to the ground and actually do a bit of mining. But yeah, like I said, I do want that water. So when we do anything, like, I don't want to die to lava and lose all my stuff into lava and stuff. So I always like having a bucket of water, especially if we're mining or whatever. Okay, so, lots of obsidian here that we can vein mine, I suppose. If we needed a bunch of obsidian, that's a thing that we can do. Anything else around? Looks like there is a cave here. Okay, well, I guess what is this? Ooh, that's a sulfur ore. Okay, okay. I was thinking that might have been like a Thaumcraft, one of the Thaumcraft like pot things that contains valuables in it, but no, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, anyway, so I guess what we need to do, let's go ahead and dig down and start doing a little bit of mining here. I'm gonna go back and forth, grab some stuff, try and make the mine suitable, get some ladders or maybe a staircase. I'm not sure how we're gonna do this, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, well, we mined all the way down to bedrock, it would appear. Yep, not super far down. And I am seeing that we're getting overworld quartz, but I think we want to do an excavator shape of a 5x5. Now, again, I don't remember if I have to do it in the exact center, like 3 blocks up, or if I do it 2 blocks up. So let's go ahead and give this a try. If I do, whoops, I want to press this key, and nothing happens, of course, because it's vein mining. So we're getting a lot of water. That's kind of a problem. But we should be able to vein mine away all the dirt and stuff that's in the way. And I did end up getting too much hunger here. So let's eat some food. Cool. So we got a bunch of cobblestone, a bunch of dirt. We did get 1 overworld quartz ore. I'm going to have to figure out how to mine that. But the important thing is we want to kind of stay at bedrock level so we don't have to like light things up to prevent mobs from spawning. But yeah, so if I do that, I think we should be fine. I could just use my pick. There's no reason to not use my pick, I suppose, since it has unlimited durability to break dirt and stuff, right? I think we should be okay. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do quite a bit of mining here. Like I said, I'm gonna try and stick to bedrock. Oh, this thing's broken. I'm gonna try and stick to bedrock so we're not spawning monsters around. I don't have to keep watching my back about that. But yeah, this is gonna be pretty cool. Be right back, guys. All right, guys. Well, I've been doing quite a bit of digging here. You can see I did grab our dank knoll, which can hold some stuff, not a whole lot. It looks like it only holds up to 2 stacks of any particular item that I'm putting in there. So I'm only putting in items that I don't care about, like, you know, andesite, cobblestone. We have a generator back at the base. Dirt, don't really care that much about anymore. Granite diorite. Yeah, dirt, if we ever want that, we can just come here and vein mine all the dirt, right? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, we are approaching the end of our tunnel here. Let's go ahead and vein mine this very cautiously. Oh, too much. Yeah. I've been putting the torches like every 10 blocks. So this is at Z40. The next one will be at Z50, just to kind of conserve on torches and pretty much just so we can see, you know, down the tunnel. It's not just pitch black all the way down there. But yeah, this is where we're at right now. I'm just going to go and throw some torches down here. And it looks like I mined way more dirt than I meant to, but that's fine. Not a big deal. Go ahead and do that. By the way, if you're holding the dink knoll, either in your offhand or in your main hand, however you're holding it, you can middle click on blocks. As long as you have that type in your inventory, it does the pick block in the dink knoll itself. So yeah, that's kind of cool to know. But yeah, so I saw that we were coming across these simple crystals. This is really what we needed from the Twilight Forest in order to start into lordcraft at all. So let's go and grab these guys. I think these are fairly rare. These are the only things, the only simple crystals that I found so far, but I'm pretty sure we need a bunch of these. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up some of these ores while we are here, and I think I can vein mine this safely. Yeah, we're fine there. People had mentioned in the comments though that I should be making armor out of like the sapphires and rubies and things like that. I don't remember how good that is or if it's any good or not. So that gives us like the sapphire leggings. That's 6 armor and 1.25 toughness. Again, I still don't know what that toughness means, which is actually better than this quartz stuff that we are currently using. This has 300 durability. And again, if we go back to this, the uses, this has less durability, but it is stronger. It's tougher. And we don't have to worry about repairing this stuff when we upgrade our armor to the next level. So it might be worth us doing that. So I think that is probably something that we're going to do here. As far as all of this goes back here, I think we're just going to leave this all alone. Just throw some torches so we're not spawning monsters in the exposed area there. And I guess I'll grab this too while we are here. Cool. Fill that in. Awesome. So yeah, I have been leaving ores on the walls and the ceiling and stuff. I'm not trying to grab everything. We were digging a hole. We can move over and dig another hole right next to it and just open up a big bedrock area. Having bedrock exposed though, I think, well, I don't know. Actually, we needed to get the Ender IO, what were those things called, where you set the bedrock on fire, the Infinity Dust. I don't know if you can do that in the Twilight. Let's take a look at that, Infinity Dust. Because this is something else that was kind of holding us back, I remember. I think this is dimension only, Grains of Infinity. Well, it doesn't say overworld only, so I guess we can do it here in the Twilight. We'll have to try that a little bit later. But anyway, you set blocks on fire using like a flint and steel or whatever other method that you want, and you get about a 50% chance when it burns out to pop off at Grains of Infinity. And we're gonna need quite a bit of those, I'm pretty sure, for other things. I guess we can make Grains of Infinity seeds, so that'll make it nicer for us once we get to that point. But anyway, I did make some iron chests here because I wasn't sure how much stuff that we were going to need. So this is the total of everything that we have collected so far. Again, we want these simple crystals for sure. I did find a few ores of Astral Sorcery Rock Crystal. It says something seems to be here, but understanding of it is not yet revealed. So we haven't even started into Astral Sorcery at all. And I think once we do, we'll be able to see the different stats on each one of these crystals. They don't stack because they have different NBT data. Ruby armor, I think that's going to be what we do since we have 28 rubies, but I'll take the sapphires back. Maybe I want the blue armor. I don't know if it makes any difference or not, but I think we might have some sapphires from sifting netherrack. That'll be something we'll have to look at. Yeah, and then we got some of these ores and stuff. But anyway, I think we're probably going to jump a little bit into lordcraft here because I know that's going to be blocking us from doing some other things. Let's take a look. Yeah, so simple crystals, and that required us to go to the Twilight Forest for that. Now that we have this, we should be able to do some of these other things. And I think damp crystals were the next ones that we needed to do. So that's just water bucket plus some simple crystals in the arcane workbench. Well, anyway, I'm going to grab some of this stuff. We're going to head back to the base, and I'll meet you guys there. Alright guys, so here we are back in the overworld. I was kind of taking a look over here, and yeah, the patient bag has not given us a nether star yet, but this thing is working. Yeah, it's going very slow though, but it is working. Alright, so let's go ahead and take some of these sapphires that we have. These are the ones that we mined, plus the ones that we've sifted. These are all the ones that we have. We'll take this and we'll turn it into an armor set here. So we will make the chest plate, the helmet, and the boots, and then finally the leggings. There we go. So that should be a pretty good set of armor here. We can take all this stuff off and throw this armor on. So with all of that armor on, we now have 10 full shirts, which is way better than what we had this way, right? We only had, was that 8.5 shirts? Yeah. So anyway, this armor is definitely better as far as the armor, the base armor value goes, which is really good. So the black quartz stuff here, it is damaged, and in order for us to fix it, we need to get some more black quartz. And I think we had some, maybe not. Let's take a look. Black quartz. So if we go into here, we look at this thing again. To make black quartz, we have to smelt smoky quartz. Okay. Well, we have a little bit. I don't know how many we're going to need. I'm going to assume 4 of them should be enough, so I'll just throw 4 of them in here. We'll smelt those down. We'll try and repair this armor real quick. And then we can put it on the armor stand over here and not worry about it ever again. So yeah, it looks like that repairs just fine. Awesome. Okay, so the armor is completely repaired. I'm going to take that armor off. I'm going to put this armor on just so I can shift right click onto there and put that armor up. Then I can put this armor back on. Awesome. Okay, so now we have a decent set of armor. We don't have to worry about that. And we don't have to worry about damaging the armor either, which is great. Bow goes there and that goes there. Okay, very good. So we were trying to get to this damp crystal. That was the thing that well, let's back up. Again, we're trying to do the growth crystal tier 1, which does require shard of water, which requires damp crystal. So damp crystal is what we're trying to get to. And that requires us to have an arcane workbench. So in order to make an arcane workbench, I'm just now looking at the recipe. We need stuff from the Twilight Forest. We need a book of knowledge from lordcraft itself. And then we're going to need Carmenite. This is stuff I think you get from the Ergast. It looks like it is craftable if we can get this borer essence. I'm not sure we can do that. Or if we got a block of the stuff, which I don't think you can. But yeah, we also need steel leaf and then mana infused dust. So mana infused dust is with the simple crystals that we did collect. Osmium dust, which we have osmium ore collected, and then torch berries, which again, those are from Twilight Forest. So it seems like pretty much everything that we need to do at this point revolves around the Twilight Forest. Oh boy. Well, we can make this book of knowledge, and I think this gives us some information. So we have paper, and I think we had leather. Yeah, we have leather for sure. Paper, just need 3 of those. And was it glowstone and redstone, I think, for the book? Okay, so let's try all of this stuff. So we'll do that. There gives us a book, that, this, and that. There's the book of knowledge from lordcraft. Okay, so the book of knowledge kind of is your entry point into the lordcraft mod. It does tell you a lot of the stuff that you need. And, ooh, look at that fancy background there. Yeah, we're going to be looking at this thing pretty extensively, I am pretty sure. I think this is new, the background and a lot of the stuff in here. Since the last time I looked at lordcraft, it has been quite a few months since I played Project Ozone 3 normal mode on my live streams a long time ago. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this mod, and these are definitely things that we're going to be looking at as we move forward. But, like I said, we do need to go to the Twilight and actually do some progression before we can actually get into the mod. So tell you guys what, how about we wrap it up here for today? Next episode, we will jump into the Twilight. We'll do the Twilight progression as we're supposed to do. I mean, we have the armor. We might want to look at making better tools. Maybe making a regular vanilla diamond sword or something along those lines would probably be a good idea. Maybe, I don't know if we can do enchanting. We don't really have, well, I mean, we can set it up, but we don't have a good way to get XP right now. I mean, we could look at doing that to get some enchantments on our armor and on our weapons and stuff. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Project Ozone 3. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.